I am singing one of the Weird Al songs, one of the polkas with a beat, because I watched the Weird Al biopic movie. Yep. So, Weird Al, his royal weirdness, the man with the accordion and the huge fro of hair, and used to have a big mustache and big glasses, and then he got rid of both of those elements, but kept the big hair. Weird Al was a childhood staple of mine, I'd say, and for many people in my age group. Man, we grew up with this weirdo who would turn up every couple of years and just create better versions of a lot of the songs we've been listening to for the last decade. And he did again and again and again and again. And then about a decade ago, he hit the end of his contract with whatever record label it was, and he said, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm still going to make music, but no more big-ass records. I'm done. And thus, he's been doing side projects for the last several years now. He did a Hamilton polka. He's done a bunch of TV shows. Tons of voice acting. He's a pony. And he apparently married one of the main ponies, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch ponies. John Lance was on ponies. He was cool. But yeah, Weird Al's been busy doing everything except making music. And one of the things he was making... Well, he has made music. That's not fair. He has made music, and literally within about a week before I posted this video and recorded it, he put out a new polka, which was quite good. Although it does show that he could make polkas every 2 or 3 years and be fine for the rest of his days. He took a decade off, and most of the stuff that he parodied was within the last 5 years. Music's been a bit, let's say, in a period of transition. I'm insulting pop music. You're welcome. So yeah, Weird Al, one of the things he did in this chunk of time was figure out his own biopic, which, on paper, an artist creating his own biopic sounds like the most self-indulgent, self-destruction mess I could think possible. But it's Weird Al, and he didn't do this the normal way, because of course he didn't. Weird Al has one other film to his discography while we're at it too, which is UHF, a weird classic essentially that works just because he did not know what he was doing, and they gave him money, and he made a weird fuck of a movie that was really entertaining and strange, and you really can't recreate it. Thankfully, Weird, the Weird Al biopic, does not try to be UHF, which is a good thing. It's not UHF. It's not that good. It's not bad. It is good, but we're talking like a 7 versus like a 9. It's pretty good, but I'm not going to go into like all-time classic here. So, what this thing is basically a parody. Big shocker, I know. Weird Al's biopics is a parody of biopics. Specifically, the modern day ones that have a very specific structure, where you see the early childhood where they had difficulties with their parents, and then they go off to college and find themselves and discover their musical talent, and situations happen, and they have their big break and get into fame and fortune and drugs and rock and roll and yada 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 yada, until they hit a tragic ending or a fall and then a rise, and then you know how these go. They have a specific structure, and lately they are very by the book and how they are structured. So, right for parody. This one works the best when it's going so incredibly off model and off the record and off what Weird Al's actual life was like. Some of these things work really well, some don't. Like, this invents a romance with Madonna, and she's also the main villain. This biopicture has a villain, by the way. Well, sometimes biopictures have villains. Tom Hanks was the villain in that Elvis movie. Other things don't work, like Weird Al's actual parents, supportive as hell the entire way through. That's not going to work for a biopicture parody, so Weird Al's dad is like hyper not with the accordion thing, and like he's also Amish and other stuff and works in a mysterious factory that we don't know what they make. It's kind of goofy. It's In theory, it would work, but it doesn't quite get there. There are other things, like you've got his parodies of other celebrities of the time played by different celebrities, like Conan O'Brien's here and Jack Black turns up and stuff like that, and they're playing other characters in caricatures. Like there's a Hulk Hogan, there's a Pee Wee Herman, Divine, stuff like that. It's for one scene, but it's pretty funny. When the movie is working its best is when it's actually getting more increasingly off the rails from reality. Like, has a whole section where Al becomes a drunk, abusive asshole to his bandmates, which never happened. And then as we progress towards the ending, things get more and more unhinged, and it kind of rules for that third act. And the ending is funny as fuck. Well, after we get past wrapping up the dad subplot, which does not work. This thing has some structure problems, and mostly that feels like a credit to a feature-length comedy skit in a bad way, kinda. Like, it is funny, and there are good funny bits, but it never rises above a certain comedy skit level. It feels like what it is, which is a movie made by the Funny or Die people about Weird Al, which isn't going to go too far to a degree. Like, this thing, if it was much nastier with what it was doing, or much harsher with how it was approaching its material, or just tighter cut and paste, could be great. As is, pretty good. There's one main thing to see this for, which is its star, Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter. Harry Potter has, at this point, giving up his entire childhood as a child star in that franchise to becoming set for life and doing whatever the fuck he feels like and what he feels like is weird ass roles and pictures, just do whatever the hell he likes in him. And he's here as our Weird Al. He does a pretty good job. He has some of the mannerisms. He can lip sync to Al's actual voice when they're doing the song numbers. Also, he's incredibly buff as hell. Why the hell is Harry Potter fucking ripped? I'm like, where? I'm wanting a new ending to Harry Potter where Harry Potter just grabs No-No's Voldemort by the head and just breaks his damn neck and rips him in half. Because he's fucking jacked. He's like buff, like fucking Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, or Arnie or something. What the hell, man? You lived in a cupboard. Did you have a weight set in there? Shit. But yeah, he's pretty good on here. He's fun. He has good comedic timing. He hits Weird Al's mannerisms pretty well. He does a good job. That's the whole movie. It's a pretty good job. Not spectacular. It is what it is, which is a biopicture parody done by the Funny or Die people. That went straight to, I think, to Roku or Hulu or someone, to one of those direct streaming things. So, don't go in expecting UHF. Expect something fairly amusing with Weird Al. You'll be satisfied. Also, most of his songs are in here. There's some of the best bits are how they imply, is how they cook up new origins for some of these songs. It's pretty fun. And overall, it works. It's a fun time. Just don't go in here expecting great shakes. You're coming in for a solid base hit of a movie. So, give it a watch. I am in a record store, and being a cat, that means I have free reign. I'm going to go wipe my fuzzy butt across most things, leave my scent on them, possibly piss in a corner if I feel like it. And then I'm going to sit on the counter and watch people pay, and I just ignore them and get free pets. The cat way. Like and subscribe, etc., etc. Join my Patreon. Send me money for drawing pornography for you. It's what I do. Yada, 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 yada. Good night. Boots. Bye.